Dean Martin. So all that's coming up. Gino Lamont here. Shauna Khorrami back in studio. Good morning, Shauna. Good morning,
Gino. Sounds like you're going to have a lot of fun there today.
Well, we're going to have a lot of sliders for sure, and a lot of coffee. It's a little chilly this morning, I got to tell you.
It was a little chilly coming in this morning, I agree.
Well, it's going to warm up. Going to be a gorgeous day, but anyway, okay, yeah, back to you.
Yeah, back to me. Okay, we're going to get to the news now. It is going to be a gorgeous day. Thanks, Gino. Well, after 106 days of debate, today Governor Schwarzenegger is set to sign California's budget. The agreement, which was reached yesterday, includes $15 billion in budget cuts, $12 billion in tax hikes, and billions more in loans from the federal stimulus plan. Most of the budget cuts will come from education programs. The governor called California lawmakers courageous for coming to an agreement.
This is a historic. Someday, when I'm awfully low, when the world.
And you are looking at a live shot of Fort Lauderdale, Florida, where it is looking beautiful this morning over there. I'm sure they're going to have a gorgeous day out there. Well, right now we're going to get into our Bloomberg Business Report. Time for a check on what investors are looking at this morning after the Dow yesterday slid to its lowest level since October of 2002. And for that, here's Jane King at the New York Stock Exchange with the Friday morning Bloomberg Business Report. Jane?
Good morning.
Well, a former presidential candidate has some harsh words for President Obama's economic policy. Republican Alan Keyes was in Nebraska Thursday night, appearing at a fundraiser. Keyes, who ran against Obama for Illinois senator in 2004 and in last year's presidential election, attacked the president's bailout plan.
He is also somebody who has just announced a program that would essentially destroy the validity of existing mortgages and encourage everybody in the country to stop paying their mortgage because the government is going to pay it instead. This is insanity. It's as if we have put insane children and adolescents in charge of our government.
Keyes also questioned where the government was going to get the billions of dollars required to bail out the economy. Well, the Dow Jones Industrial Average sinks to its lowest close in more than 6 years on Thursday, thanks to the persistent worries over financial and technology stocks. In the Canyon National Bank stock market close, the Dow lost 89 points, NASDAQ slid 25, and the S&P 500 dropped 9. Asian stocks tumbled today on the heels of Wall Street's lowest close in more than 6 years. The benchmark indexes in both Tokyo and Hong Kong were down to about 2%. Markets in Australia, Singapore, and Taiwan were also down. A huge bombshell in the trial of Raymond Lee Oyler, the man charged with setting the deadly Esperanza fire that killed 5 firefighters. It comes in the form of this 8-page DNA testing report that KMIR6 obtained. The defense claims it proves he's not guilty of setting the Esperanza fire, and it is written it's bad form to text while on a date. In 2001, the number of text messages in the U.S. has risen from 1 million a month to 75 billion. Experts say texting in a relationship has its place for communication, connecting, and even intimacy. But they say sending messages to others while spending time with someone special suggests that, well, they're just not that into you. Time right now is 5:18. Now here's Gino Lamont with a preview of what's coming up after the break. Gino, what's happening?
Good morning, Shauna. We are live indeed at the Indian Wells Country Club.